Mic check, mic check. I think you guys can hear me. I'm just making sure everything's set up and ready to go. I'll turn my camera on in a bit. Um, but I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me. But I just want to make sure everything's working on all the sites. I hope you all have had a beautiful Sunday so far. Okay, cool. We're live. All right, all right. For the tweeters, it looks good. All right, all right. How about for the YouTubes? Where we at? Okay, yeah, all right. Well, shit. It's currently 3-2-1 right now. Welcome, welcome. Let's uh let's begin. Did it? Oh, I gotta go to the fucking front of my dock. All right, cool. Everybody good? We can hear. Do do do. Da da da. I'm on the right page. Oh no no no! Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm on the chat page. Okay. Okay. All in one neat place. Cool, cool. Thank you very much. Hey, a happy 4th, everybody. May the 4th be with you. Yeah, midi chlorians all up in these bitches all right here. Oh man. Um, yeah, welcome. I wanted to get some things right off the bat. This is for GameStop for the week of 5/5 to about 5/16. For the most part. Obviously, this is for educational, documentary, scientific, theoretical, artistic, and entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice. I wouldn't even like. I don't know. I feel like this country is just so like legal happy that they just want to sue everybody for everything. Don't do that. This is all fictional, basically. I put this tart in Stardust, so don't listen to me. This is all bad advice. So do the opposite of what I'm telling you. Um, to just paint the picture. I'm shit posting. Like that's really it. This is one big shit post. It's all performance art. I'm calling it the avant fart movement. Oh man. Uh, oh, there's no echo, right? You guys would only hear one of me. I hope so. I hope there's no echo. But I don't know. I gotta just like check to make sure that there's no other. Okay, good. But yeah, this is not financial advice. This is fictional and speculative. I'm making all this up. It has no basis in reality whatsoever. Uh, any decisions you make from this information is solely on you. You are accountable to your trades and your financial decisions. This is not on me. This is entertainment only. And then, with that said, though, YOLO. I'm gonna go full. I'm gonna go full. So I'm gonna make a ban bet right now. So basically, in about 109 hours, 7:41 minutes, 69 420 seconds, I'm gonna begin my suspension from Superstonk, meaning I can't post on Superstonk until GameStop breaks all-time highs, which is about $125, whenever that is. So basically, from May 10th, this weekend at around noon, I'm not going to be posting on Superstock anymore. So that's my ban bet. Just so that people, I mean, besides the money portion of putting money on the line for this bet, I'm also gonna just, I don't know, throw this ban bet in there. I don't want to do a banana bet because it's not for me. Rick Spades did it so no one else had to. Rick, my dude. Oh man. But yeah, everything's connected. But if for whatever reason it becomes disconnected, like my internet goes off or YouTube goes off, then if my YouTube goes off, go to my Twitter. If my Twitter goes off, go to my YouTube. But probably it'll be my Twitter that will be like the final one, if anything else like stays up. But yeah, usually just give me 5 minutes to reset my internet. Um, but yeah, I'm plugging my YouTube playlist of all the DD. Check that out on there if you are uh, like for today. I'm gonna be going through things much quicker than I normally do. So I don't think it's gonna be like a 3 hour thing. I'm gonna be surprised if this goes over an hour, to be honest with you, but we'll see. Um, but as always, if you guys could leave a comment, whether you agree or disagree, or any questions that you have like that, it helps to get my brain juices moving along. And then also it helps to create like conversations. I apologize for not being able to answer a lot of the comments. I suffer from uh, paralysis of a lot of stuff. So whenever I see the comments, I'm like, oh, I gotta give like a whole thing to answer it, and it ends up being too much. So I apologize for that, but I really do appreciate all the kind words that you guys put out there. Yeah, and just thank you for your time in general. With that said, I love GameStop and I'm very biased towards GameStop. And so all of the information that I'm putting out there it has a very heavy slant, a very heavy bias. Like I'm rooting for GameStop and I'm going full just into it. For better or worse, it'll be entertaining at the very least. If I'm right, it'll be entertaining. If I'm wrong, it'll be entertaining. Obviously, one of them will be more entertaining than the other. The one where we all win and everybody's like, yeah, that's the end result that I want. So that would be really fucking cool if it happened that way. Um, but basically, this is kind of like Operation Confirmation Bias. Like if you guys are here, because I'm not gonna give you too much of like why GameStop is great, because I feel like there's so many different places that we can get that information. My thing that I'm specifically here trying to do is I'm trying to time the market. I want to figure out how this shit works. I want to figure out when the top is gonna be and how to like calculate what it's going to be, and then how to like calculate the rest of the moves after that. I think it's such a fun puzzle to solve. And so that's what I'm going to try to do with this stream. Basically, I'm trying to tell everybody, or try to speculate on what could possibly happen and when. Um, yeah, but one of the things with the memes is that Ryan Cohen and Keith Gill, they could only give us so much information, especially through the memes. Like they can't just straight out tell us, oh yeah, there's a lot of high frequency trading algorithms that are completely running the world's markets into oblivion. Like they can't just say that, even though that's probably more or less what is happening. But so for us as individuals and as retail investors and as people digging into this, I think it's up to us to kind of um, put different theories out into the world just to get the think tank moving along. It doesn't have to be right completely, but just if it helps another person like jog something in their brain that helps us to derive whatever like the end truth is. I think that is all just steps in the right direction, in my opinion. So I'm always the type of guy where I will dream outlandishly and then have the truth kind of bring me back down to earth. But when we're in a dream state, when we're trying to figure out what could be, I think it's very advantageous for us to remove the societal barriers and boundaries and limitations that we place upon ourselves and on other people. And so anything's possible. That's the big gist of it. But with that said, yeah, I'm gonna go tard. And that this is Nostra Anus in my tinfoil. Um, yeah, 69% of the time it works every time. Which I'm not gonna lie, that 69% is like that. Yeah. I'm very surprised at how often it ends up being about that like degree. But also nothing is a guarantee. So anything that I say on here, just because I very um, what's the word, convincingly talk about it and explain it, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen that way. This is just speculation. This is basically like, whose line is it anyway? Except it's just me with PowerPoints of very, very carefully curated memes. Oh man. Oh. Da-da-da-da-da. Um, my so that 4K account, that's just my options trading account. I'm a triple X holder for shares, and I have been since 2021. Um, and yeah, I don't like I don't really want, like, I have so many different accounts. Um, like all across different brokerages, so there's no like really centralized way for me to put that number out there. And also, I don't feel like putting that number out there, at least for now. But yeah, my 4K was just for the options. So that 4K is oh, it's bleeding out. Which we'll go into the options. What I wish I would have done, like knowing what I know now about what happened, how I would have changed things differently. But we'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, nothing's a guarantee, and I feel like we're all on a quest to figure out what this puzzle is. And I see my stuff as kind of like a side quest for you to get like a magic item that'll help you in your own main quest. Because the way that I see it, we are all our own main characters. We're supposed to have ownership of our lives and what we're doing and the person that we want to be. And so I'm just out there doing my thing. And if I help you on your way, then cool. And hopefully you can help me in my way too. That's really how I see it. I'm just, yeah, I'm a side quest right now. A fun one. But this is what I feel. Yeah, this is the current state of my room. um, but yeah, my method of analysis takes in every like single area of influence. I don't really discriminate if it TA charts, magic lines, trend lines, economics, macroeconomics, the tinfoil memes. I'll get it from everywhere, man. I do not care. And then also I do want to make a disclaimer. I don't know if this is gonna be like a thing later, but people might be like, "Oh, he was an actor. He's an actor. He's a performer." Yeah, I've been very honest about that this whole time. I'm an artist. So, if anybody's like, I don't know, if everybody's giving me shit for it, I just gotta tell you, I've been very honest about who I am this entire time. Um, but yeah. Also, I could be crazy. I don't even fucking know, dude. So just putting that out there. Yeah, free will. Free will is a beautiful gift, and I want to make art for as long as I can. And I consider this to be art. Why the fuck not? But yeah, this is some of my art. um, all right, we're getting into the infographics time. So let's go to the chart and let's just look at it real quick. Da-da-da. So basically, we zoom out. Looks like a bunch of humps. The one we are on right now is basically, if I'm reading this correctly, it'll go a little something like this for the next couple of days. And then probably like, I don't know, Thursday or Friday or something like that. That's when we go parabolic. I was hoping that we were going to go parabolic this past week, like this past Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Obviously, we didn't do that, so I was a little bummed out because I was like, "Oh man, the days, math." But I have a feeling what they're gonna do now is basically they had this hump. Oh, that's really hard to see, isn't it? What color should we make it? Blue? Let's make it green. Oh wait, no, this whole thing's green. Oh god. What fucking color do I do? Alright, let's do yellow. Yeah, so they have that little hump right there. And then what I think is happening is we're going through another hump right here. And then basically it's gonna just chill out right around here, and then that's when we go pew. Because if we look at the giant fractal of what is going on, this pattern is just kind of prevalent all over the place, where right before a big movement goes off, the volatility just gets completely sucked out. And if you look at what happened at the beginning of this month, right here, the IV's pretty elevated. These are pretty explosive movements upward. And then pretty much since we got into the blue area, we have been pretty much trading flat slash sideways, with slowly moving up. I was hoping that 420 was going to be when the high volatility started, but that did not happen that way. So we're still waiting on the higher volume and higher volatility. But hopefully that happens this week. Fox, what are you talking about? What last date I got wrong? I got a whole bunch of them right, though. It's 69% correct, man. Oh, yeah, yeah. You can't, I can tell, oh, yeah. You can't have nothing. Can't have no respect from nobody. Ay, ay, ay. You come into my house and you tell me my cooking's bad. Listen, just don't come to my house no more then. How about that? Yeah, this guy's got bad cooking. I ain't going over there anymore. All right, thank you. Good riddance. Fucking telling me my cooking's bad. Man, you got the last day wrong. Oopsie. But yeah, this is what I have a feeling is gonna happen over the next couple of days. It's just we're gonna flatten out a little bit. But I guess I could zoom in a little more. Oh, whoops. We'll zoom in. Yeah. Basically just chilling right above the yellow line. So right around like 2750 where we are now. That's where we're gonna end up across the week. And then I have a feeling it'll be like flat slash sideways until Thursday, like the end of Thursday-ish. That would be my guess for when we start to really go kaboomy. But man, I don't know. Because it could be that 512 is like the start of everything, of all the volatility. But as of right now, I'm kind of tracking 512 as the first of two very, very, I believe that 512 will start the boom, and then 513 will be the peak. And then my guess would be 516 on that Friday. That might be when Ryan Cohen will dilute again. And we'll have an offering, an ATM offering. It would make sense. It would make sense. But we would also need to have, I think, around like 5 to 10 days of higher volatility and higher volume in order, I think, for them to really justify it. So we should get some elevated volume this week. And if not, then I'm definitely going to be like, oh, okay. So I don't know. This is guesswork. But oh, we gotta go to this real quick. Oh, this is too funny. This is too funny. So I made this chart back on February 4th, and I just made some random squiggles. So this little area was not correct, or that rather this area, but we have now caught up. So that was that was the chart all blown up, and then this is where we are now. So right here we have reconnected with the chart. So there was just basically the time period right here, which was basically April, or the end of March going into April. That was when I posted this original um, like formation, and so I basically had the whole thing covered with two charts. Because the beginning of this was really connected, and then I had this chart for the middle, and then now at the end again we've reconnected with it. So basically, going into the summer, if this is correct, then I just hope it's correct, because that would be so fucking funny. But obviously, I'm not a time traveler. I'm making this up. This is all fugazi. This is fictional. This is fictional. What a crazy thing. Um. Doo-doo-doo. What do you mean 500? 500 what? 500K? 500 for a mil? What? I don't know what that is. Oh, GMEU? That's an interesting question. Yeah, I don't know. I probably not, because I think for the most part the algo's just been doing what it was always going to do. There hasn't been much um, like change, with the exception of the insider buying. I would say that that was just like more uh, linchpinning on the part of our dudes. Um, but I don't know. Yeah, GMEU is probably being used nefariously. But I don't know. ETFs, man, they're fucking shuffling and shuffling. For price target, bread and butter, I'll get to that later. But it's gonna be just. I mean, we got to break all time highs, because I'm gonna be banned otherwise. So please, you can tell the people on Superstock too. Oh, we gotta watch this real quick, because this is just. What did I say about 420?
All right, get into 420.
Oh,
Keep in
I
mind,
gotta move me.
420 is in red. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. But 109 was in white. 420 is in red. I don't know. I don't know. I do want to put out. I was just getting a little bit, little. I'm iffy on the April 25 and sooner calls, only because there's like no theta on it. Um, one of the things about hype dates is that there are a couple of hype dates where they like the algo has to fuck us. Um, 420 might be one of those dates. We might be red at 420. But it might be like a thing where we just open up red, and then slowly throughout the day, just I don't know. I don't know. It could be both. It could be both. I don't think you missed.
Hmm. Hmm. So we opened up red, and then we went. how, how did I get it right? But yeah, that's what ended up happening. Oh man. And like that's the thing is like they keep on having to meet back at like a medium. Like there's like I don't know how to point it, but it's kind of like watching a snake moving through sand. Not that I've ever seen a snake do that, but I can kind of like imagine it in my head with the the power of critical thought. But I'm just imagining like a snake just slithering in the sand, and you can't see it completely because it's there, but you can see the sand moving as a result of seeing the snake move. And so that's like kind of the only way that I can describe it right now is I'm watching this huge fucking snake moving through the sand, and we're just like, oh yeah, motherfucker, it's going right, it's going up, it's going down. What do you mean it's looping back? What the hell? What time? uh, oh, hey Eileen, how are you? No, this is all. This is today. This is right now. This is this is happening right now. We are live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but for this green magic line, that 421 was when it kind of disconnected because I thought we were gonna go, but then it didn't. But now we're back and connected with this beautiful chart, so we're back on track. With those two charts combined, with the powers, Wonder Twins. Oh, so this is the fall of 2024, and that was kind of how I like had envisioned it more or less, because of the 147 day um, like cycle that I found. Um, but yeah, I believe that we're just gonna level off and then okay, swap shuffle. This is I went into this more in depth in a different video, but this is just kind of how I like. I'm not again. I'm not huge on the swaps, but this is like a possibility that I'm just in my head kind of envisioning as what could have happened in terms of them just shuffling the swaps from big date to big date. But basically, like January 13th got moved out 3.33 years to May 13th of last year, and then they just swap it again another year, or there could have been like a 4 year like swap thing in the beginning, or they could have went from like January 13th 2021 to like May 13th 2021, like a 4 month swap. uh there's a lot of ways that they could have shuffled it around, and I hope somebody better on the swaps can look into that. um da, 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 da. Oh yeah, this run Lola run, I think I think this is gonna come and play again. But also, in terms of like horizon, this goes back at least until 2012, and then possibly even before. Because what's his name? BlackRock, they got over 10% ownership in February of 2012, I think, right around there, or maybe it was April 2012. I forgot. It was right around there.
Um, yeah, but things started going awry right around that time too. Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. Just asking questions. And then this chart, the 3-year hold four, yeah, this is going to come into play very soon again for the May 28th. I think that that is going to be the start of another super cycle. 3-year hold four, baby. 3-year hold four. And then this Lego chart, this is how I am envisioning the next couple of months to be. Um, so basically, 4-4 at $20, that was the low of this area. And then like the next week basically, or like not this week but the following week, like the week of 512, somewhere in there I'm thinking will be the peak. And I would expect us to break $125, like the all-time high, only because like if it's it why would it not do that if it's MOAS, you know what I mean? Like that just feels like false advertising. I mean, not that they're advertising anything, but it's just like, why would you say MOAS if it's not actually MOAS? You know? So I'm sticking with the 10, and then we'll just go from there. Uh, and then yeah, sometime around 528, I think that'll be the bottom. And I'm expecting it to be kind of about 31, somewhere between like the 30 to 33 zone, but probably close to 31. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. This is just based on my magic lines. I don't have them up right now, or at least the specific ones. Um, oh, and then the rest of these, I'm kind of confident about this one and a little confident about this one. Not so confident about this one. Yeah, this one's a little harder right now because it'll depend on how these ones go. But the end of September slash October, I think that that will be what I'm calling Mambo number five, MOAS number five. Um, I think this will be when we start the climb to 10K a share. Um, I don't know how soon it'll reach 10K, but I think that this will be the actual like MOAS. So I would expect, or I would speculate that the um, T0 moving to blockchain for our shares, that'll probably be the catalyst for that. Um, Oh yeah, but I was talking the last couple of weeks about this specific tweet for 512 Arlington, Virginia, and then these specific video game titles were all about like revolutions and freeing the people and stuff like that. So I felt that it was very apropos for everything that we're talking about. Um, and he deleted it. He deleted it. Deleted. What could it mean? What could it mean? Oh, should I put? I'm gonna put myself back up here. um, that this other one, Ryan Cohen recipes dumbass for 528, the same 528 right there. He deleted that one too, huh? You know, Ryan Cohen hasn't deleted a lot of tweets, and he just so happened to delete two of the ones that I keep talking about. Huh? What are the odds? What are the odds? Now, if he goes and deletes this one. Oh, I guess I should show you guys. Oh no. Where'd I put it? Hold on. Let me pull up the original Ryan Cohen tweet. So He back in July 8th, 21, he posted "I heart this," and we were all like, "Oh, this is cute. What is this? Lego. I love Lego." And then it's a little Lego building, and then it had this. It had this on the side. I don't think I can't remember if he had found this or if it was somebody that had posted on Superstonk and then he posted like it onto his Twitter, or if it was just originally from him. Um, I can't remember like whatever it was, but either way, he gave us this chart, and like for the next 4 years, or for the last 4 years, I have been just thinking about this fucking chart. And I think it's finally time. I think it's time. So this chart is super official, super's officials, and it came straight from Ryan Cohen's mouth. So I don't know what it means, but I like it. But I like it. Oh, this is the chart of volatility. I went into it over my previous videos, but basically for the 110 memes that Roaring Kitty did for May of 2024, if you chart out all of the durations of the videos by the seconds, then you get a chart that looks like this. Big Squirt was the one who made this graph, and it was been very helpful. So basically, this is kind of like the RSI. This is the volatility. Um, this is not price action. This is just when things are going to start to get really choppy. So basically, for any like fractal scale that you want to put it at, this can be overlaid and it can give you a good idea of when something might happen next. Sander, can you post a link to that somewhere if you find it? Because I think I remember it being posted there, but then also it could have been that Ryan Cohen, um, like that account could be a plant. Uh, for when he deletes the memes, all we can do is really speculate. Because yeah, we can only guess what he's doing it for. Because it could be for very opposite reasons too. Like one reason could be because he now no longer believes that that tweet should stay up because it's like not good information anymore, or like defunct information, and he's like, oh, I don't want this to stay up anymore. Don't pay attention to that. But then by deleting it, he inadvertently does the opposite, like a Streisand effect, where now it's all we can fucking talk about. So it's like a weird thing of trying to figure out of like what it actually means, because in my mind I see it as confirmation bias. I see it as okay, I'm right about the meaning of this tweet, and he's more or less just how do I want to put this? He's playing it cool. Yeah, he's playing it cool. I think that is a very strong possibility for what he's doing. And I'm gonna play it cool too. Yeah, I didn't see nothing. I didn't see fucking nothing. I didn't see nothing. So many memes though. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like Spy and GameStop right now, and just the greater market as a whole, they still kind of seem to be connected. So I don't know. This negative beta thing, it ain't working out so well right now. It's kind of just beta. It's just positive beta. Oh man. Oh yeah, so most of these dates ended up hitting. 5-1 and 5-2 were kind of disappointing. Um, yeah, 5-1 was right here, and then 5-2 was right here. Eh, eh. But for most of them, yeah, it was pretty good. Oh, if I 421. Oh man, 421 did have that huge movement. Yeah. Oh yeah, the fake out squeeze for the real squeeze, and the fake out one is in March, and we go down in April again, and then May is real Moaz. That is what I said back in March. I'm putting up this chart again, just for the people who didn't see it before. And then this one, the short volume timeline, it's been all right. It hasn't been perfect. Um, yeah. Oh, let's do this. I'm gonna try to compare what happened last year and what happened this year. So I might have to do two of them. All right. So side by oh, I guess I gotta get rid of me. Ooh, whoops. Ay, ay, ay. Here we go. Yeah, okay. Wee. That's so goofy. You can't do that on any other fucking format, dude. Yeah. Wee. Wee. I'm sorry. Oh, yo, that's so funny. Uh, okay. We got work to do. Okay. Well, basically, oh shit, I gotta get rid of this shit. Turn it all off. Oh, here we go. Oh no. So basically, we got to like right here, and then we're doing this. Oh wait, no. We're doing this, or rather, from that direction. So this is this. So we see in 2024, they basically down, held it off until the last moment, and then we see this basically peaking at 100% move, but ending up at 75 just about. And so taking it from here at this bottom, shit. So right now we're at only 35% from the bottom. Woo, we got a lot to go. What the fuck? Where's 35%? 35% is just right here. Oh shit. Yeah, so this is basically the equivalent of that. So we have still all of this to go. So maybe this little like thing right here, this could be like open on Monday. But then that would have to take us to like, I don't know, 29, maybe 30. But again, that's wishful thinking. Because what I'm expecting will happen is we'll just be caught here. We'll be caught here for the next couple of days. And then it's just going to grind it to the last fucking moment. I would imagine that the next couple of days are more or less, they're going to try to have like no volume come in. Um, but we'll see because a bunch of the cat errors that were from, excuse me, the beginning of April, they're going to become due. So, huh, I don't know. Actually, yeah, let's go into that real quick. Why not? Let's just look at the short volume. Mm. So the blue line is the current line, and then the yellow line is the 2024 short volume cycles. Um, and so we're a little off right now because for last year, the short volume was upticking heavily um, for the what would have been the end of last week. And we saw that the volume actually went down. And it also coincides with the GMEU creation. So that could be part of the reason why there's not as much pressure. But I don't know. That's speculation. That is speculation. Mm-mm-mm. I don't think it'll take another 4 years. I really do believe that it's time to fucking do this shit. Um, yeah, because I'm out of time. Yeah, I've used up all of my good graces with the universe. If this doesn't work, and if it doesn't work next week, I'm probably fucked. But we'll see. We'll see. Go big or go home. Because if I'm right, that this is gonna be amazing. Like this is gonna catapult just so many like future things, and it'll just be so funny, so funny. Oh man. All right, getting into the main stuff. I don't want to do more trading updates. Because I don't know, I was just getting a lot of flack. I didn't like the vibes that it was both receiving and putting out. So I'm just gonna not do that. I'm still gonna put out like updates and stuff uh, if I feel like it needs to be updated. But again, going back to the band bet, yeah, at a certain point, like these are my final hype dates. If May 12th doesn't work, then I got May 28th. But if May 28th doesn't work, then I'm definitely like no more dates. No more dates. Here, what do you mean when squeeze? 512. 512 is when I think it starts. I don't know when it peaks though. Yeah, I don't know when it peaks. It might if I had to guess it would peak on Tuesday the 13th, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, But people are just being not cool, so I'm not gonna do trading updates anymore. Uh, Meaning like I'm not gonna tell you guys like, oh, I'm buying this contract or like shit like that. I don't know. People are just being weird. Um, but I am gonna talk about what I could have done better for my trades, like up until now. This is like just my options 101. Basically, because like I've been trading options for a while now with mixed success. Um, I definitely, for better or worse, see it as more of like a casino because that's what they've made it. Like the actual guys like running everything, they've turned it into a casino, and so I treat it like a casino. And for better or worse, I lose like a casino. But I'm getting better, and it's been a fun learning process at the end of the day, and I enjoy it just no matter what. I'd rather be putting my money into this stuff than uh, I don't know, doing other stuff. Um, and for the trades that I took over this past month, I definitely have just my the winners that I bought, the $23 contracts that I bought um, on April 3rd. Those have been my pride and joys, um, and I have never felt a moment of like whatchamacallit, anxiety with them because they've just been green the whole time, which is very nice. So if I were able to go back in time, that's what I would do the next time, is just go all in on in the money or very close to out the money or very near the money options, because the bottom was at 20. So if I would have if I yeah, like the $23 would have been like, I don't know, 13% out of the money or something like that. um, and so that's a good area for like how near the money to be. So I wish I would have gone all in on 23s instead of dealing with the far out the money options, because those have just been completely the theta decay along with the volatility smoothening. Um, that was just, yeah, I should have known better. I should have known better. Those only work once we go parabolic, um, and we haven't gotten to that point yet. So I don't know. Live and learn. The thing with leaps, though, you pay a lot of money for data. Um, you're not going to get the type of gains that Roaring Kitty was able to get on leaps, because last year his options were like all within 2 months basically, because if we're correct in assuming that his options were all bought at the bottom on April 24th, 25th, and 26th of last year, then um, he would have bought options for the May 15th or May 17th or whatever that weekend was. And he would have bought them for 620. And we know that he bought the $20 ones for 620 because that was part of his YOLO update. But um, being able to get leaps, that is basically, I mean, like, again, my goal is to time the market, which they said would be impossible to do. But I think Roaring Kitty figured it out, and I think Ryan Cohen figured it out, and I think they have tried their absolute best in order to communicate how we can figure it out too. And so that's what I'm trying to figure out, is how to time the market. So leaps aren't going to help me because that's not putting my money where my mouth is, in my opinion. Um, so yeah. Oh my God, I can't lose hope. What? Why would I lose hope? I only get whatchamacallit, uh like annoyed on certain days when I was expecting it to go up and then it goes down and I'm like, ah, fuck. But other than that, I'm pretty fucking zen. Uh, yeah, I don't know how to describe it, but having been mostly right
for the last couple of months, like I would say since February, I've been very accurate on my analysis. Not perfect, not perfect. Um, but again, I'm retarded, so I don't think perfection is what I'm looking for. But for the most part, I've had a lot of fun figuring it out. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, oh, but this theta decay graph for the people who are playing options and you don't know what this graph is, I need you to look into it. I need you to look into it, please, please, please. Um, da, 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 da. Game Changer, I will disagree with that. Game Changer said that it comes down to Roaring Kitty posting a YOLO update of some sort to start the momentum. It has always been that way with moves like this, and I would argue no. Um, we are speculating that he was the one who bought those options at the bottom of April of last year, um, and that did definitely start a gamma ramp. But I think that even if he hadn't done that, the algorithm was ready to do its thing regardless, um, and he was just capitalizing on the moment. Um, I think. Well, I'll get into when Roaring Kitty's gonna appear, at least when I think so, in a bit. Um, yeah, yeah, the leaps, yeah, yeah, Blue Whale. I definitely, yeah, I agree. If for the people who wanna be more safe, leaps are definitely the way to go. But I'm dumb. Oh man. Barefoot runner, man. I don't know. This is I mean, the whole system is just made up numbers. So yeah, anything's possible in my opinion. But let's talk about the algo for a little bit. And again, this is just speculation only. I have no expertise in any kind of artificial intelligence or computer engineering or anything like that, or coding or anything. I'm just speculating based off of educated guesswork and an understanding of just the universe. Um, but basically, we live in a matrix, and the Fibonacci sequence is a major indicator of the way that the matrix works, like the underlying coding that allows it to function. Um, and so, if we see here, I'm not going to go into what the Fibonacci sequence is, um, but basically, you just, oh, maybe I will. You just add the you just do this. You add the previous number to the next number, and then you get the next one. I don't know how else to explain it, but basically, these are the same numbers that you see for the cycles for the markets. Um, Something happens every 2 days, 3 days, 5 days, 8 days, 13 days, 21 days, 34 plus 1. So basically, like T35 is whatever that first day is, and then the 34 days together. And so, as a sequence that is a 5 week sequence or 35-day sequence, that's the emoji timeline. And then 55 times 2 equals 110. It's all connected. I don't know how else to say it. Um, mm, mm, mm. We went over this volatility chart already, right? Yeah, I think we did. So one of my guesses was that we were going to get Teddy at the end of April. Obviously, that didn't happen. So now I don't know when we're going to get Teddy. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're just waiting for 2 o'clock, whenever that is. No idea. No idea. Also, in my last video, I talked about how the Teddy clock could have been referring to Passover, because the Mont Royal bear said that that was correct. And I'm at a point now where I'm questioning Mont Royal bear again, because the 420 stuff didn't hit. So I'm like, is this bear full of shit? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. So the validity of the Teddy clock being solved is up for question again. Up for question again. Ooh, but yeah, let's get to the main stuff. This is what happened in May of last year. You can
like either pause this or take a screenshot or something. But this is just the data from that day in terms of what the day changes between the previous day and then the open, high, low, close, the adjusted close, and the volume, and then also the percent change, which is the high divided by the low. Because I found that the days where there was a wide spread between the highs and the lows were also very good days to pay attention to. Um, yeah, like it doesn't have to necessarily close very up in order to capture a large movement because you can sell your you can close your options during the middle of the day during the peaks. And so being able to time those really, really giant movements has been super advantageous. Um, but yeah, this is just what happened last year. So good data, good data. And then for everybody who is like, oh, is 512 still on? Is 512 still on? Best I could do is give you a meme to cope with the uncertainty of the situation because I literally got my financial thesis from 4-year-old memes. So I don't know shit about fuck. I don't. I don't. And there I was, kids, spitting dates and numbers onto the internet like a bong ripping fortune cookie. And somehow the MOAS #1 really did start on 512. It was time. If that ends up being true, yo, fucking awesome, bro. But let's go back in time a little bit. Let's go back to 2021. This, very important right here. The Moonman tweet, the Moonman tweet. Oh, actually, let me show you. So, yeah, so back in the day, GameStop tweeted that. Been away for the past few months. What did I miss? The Moonman. And so basically, I was like, this bottle was cool and all, but then we gotta go enhance on these little triangles. Triangles. Back then, we had Elite Warden, who was one of the DD writers. For those OGs who remember Elite Warden, yeah, what happened to him? Just reminiscent about old times. Oh man, that's funny. But I made that, and then so this was like the height of my shit posting. Yes, he was just talking about triangles and shit. And then this is the Wikipedia entry for triangles. A triangle is a polygon with 3 edges and 3 vertices. It is one of the basic shapes in geometry. A triangle with vertices ABC is denoted ABC. That is the textbook definition of a triangle. Are you fucking kidding me? ABC as in the alphabet? And then what's the alphabet stock ticker? Goog. Boom. Google. Okay, but what about Google? Why is GameStop talking about Google? What breadcrumbs did they leave for us? So it got me thinking. The astronaut in the picture is clearly in space. Yep, he's clearly in space. Yep, yep. So why the fuck does he have a beer can that he can't drink? If he takes off his helmet, then he's dead. But what if it wasn't beer and instead was a clue? It's pointing up. And then the day that this was posted, what didn't Google do today? It didn't go up. It's so much red. And then why didn't it go up? Because ad growth is slowing. And everybody knows that Asian markets are the largest source of advertisement revenue in the world. And who owns Asian markets? Asian money. And what is Asian money in Amagram for? Oh wait. That's right. The GameStop social media team just gave us Citadel's Achilles heel. They told us to stop, relax, and just trust the mayo, and we'll all be on the moon soon. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Yeah, Warden delete. Oh, man. Oh, but yeah, this is
That was some quality shit posting from back in the day. Let me tell you, that shit was wild, bro. Oh yeah. But this set off a very, very a nice run when it originally happened. But this Moonman tweet, GameStop had a lot of interactions with this one. And then one of them was Greg posting wrong account, Roaring Kitty. I don't know. Can you guys see that? Let's make it bigger. Yeah, wrong account, Roaring Kitty. And then this ape put a Uno card. And then GameStop does a GIF where it switches between the green and the blue for 514. Oh, and then Reddit said, "How much time do you have? I have a dance class later, but other than that, I'm free." And it's Michael Jackson moonwalking. And then this was also the one where GameStop was like, "We already have a meme lord specialist," and it was posted at 3:33 p.m. I don't know what to make of that. Yeah, that one's uh, that one's interesting. Hmm. But then here's the good one too. I don't know what it was replying to, but I think it was part of that same thread of Happy Feet Wombo Combo. But yeah, let's get into 512. 512. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, been away for the past few months. What did I miss? This might have been Keith. This might have been Keith. Yeah, especially because Greg is like wrong account. Man, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, this was all the cycles that leading up to 512. Um, just so that you could see kind of the information that I've worked with to lead me to this, and then you can just look at that later. And then I'm just gonna retweet this again real quick. But this is the 512 mega thread. But I think it would be so cool if the gamer chairman. Oh, yeah. That'd be so cool if the gamer chairman ended up being a double dip kind of thing where it works for both years. Because it worked for last year, but I also think it's going to work for this year. So, I mean, 512, we'll see. And then over here, this was the Time magazine cover. And I just tried my best to decode as much of it as possible in one graphic. So maybe this will help other people. The only part that I didn't decode was the 1:45 p.m., which could be 541 or 415 or some combination of that. And then time, thank you for whoever had this graphic and made it. I forget. Thank you. And then I forget where this graphic came from, but it was on Superstar, I think. Yeah. But basically, 109 days plus the major tweets, it leads to some good stuff. And then for the previous one, the Panucci's Pizza, the Seymour Asses one, plus 109 days equals May 12th. Well, actually, I think it's 110 days equals May 12th. Yeah. Wild card, baby. Let's fucking go. But yeah, also on May 12th, 2021, though, GameStop posted about Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and then oops, Moaz, my bad. I forget if there was another like tweet in between these. Um, there probably was, but this oops, Moaz, my bad was in response to Mass Effect, where it was like Moas Effect. I think that was the joke. Um, ooh, and then let's watch this because this was. Oh, whoops.
stupid. I'm not telling you what you should do with stocks. I'm telling you why you should never look at me buying purple shoes as a sign of anything. Did you do the oops? No, that wasn't us. Somebody got in big trouble for that. I don't even know why they did it. That was the part of the smart team, right? Get the fuck off Twitter. That's like saying you did your research project and researched on Wikipedia.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the truth of this tweet was, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, this was the my previous one, and then this is just the updated numbers again. Again, 1, 2, and 3 I'm pretty good about, but 4, and number 5 is vaguely. So we'll see. Deleted. This one's deleted. And then let's go to Roaring Kitty's Wombo Combo tweet. Let's just watch that. And then obviously this is where it ends up, like the last frame. So we just thought that was very interesting. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Oops. What am I doing? Okay.
Wombo combo. That ain't Falco. That ain't Falco. Oh! Wombo combo. That ain't Wombo combo. That ain't Falco. That ain't Falco.
What could have happened was the January 13th, 2021. All right, so let's pull it up. Yeah, so January 13th. Oh no, let's do day. Yeah. So January 13th was right here where it goes super parabolic. That was probably pushed back for like a 3-month swap or something like that to there. And then that was, and then, or I guess let's do this. Yeah. But then also, if you can understand it like that. Yeah. And then, and then, I know that that's super hard. So I thank you guys. Did Greg just tweet right now? What did Greg tweet? We can deal with that later. Yeah, we talked about Panucci's Pizza, 512. Yeah, it's time, motherfuckers. Oh, yeah. So I don't know if y'all saw this post from Region Formal back last month, but this shit was some good shit. So let's go into that real quick. All these motherfucking cat errors. Huh. Interesting. This is for the middle of March. And then this is just a lot more information about like the cat errors themselves. But then this combined. But basically the T plus 35 dates are as follows. We're about to get the big boomies next week.
But this coming week has some stuff happening. And I think 5/8, we're going to get some. I think we're going to start to get elevated volume, at least a little bit this week. But then I think probably 5/12 is when it goes parabolic, I guess. I'm hoping. We'll see. We'll fucking see, man. But yeah, the cat errors, this shit has been crazy. So because of this Cat Uno tweet, as of right now, I am thinking that we're not going to see Roaring Kitty during this first squeeze. I have a feeling that he's probably not going to be communicating in order to avoid all the possible drama and litigation that can come from that. And so if I had to guess right now, my speculation is that the next time we'll see him officially is on 6/1, that Sunday. And I have a feeling he's probably going to give us a YOLO update of some sort. Yeah. But from the Cat Uno tweet, I made a post about this a while back that went into a deep dive of it. And one of the questions I had at the end of it was just what was the 1 and the 6 that was left in the hand, because that was the only part that I couldn't figure out. And so now I'm at a point where it's like, oh, June 1st, 2025. And then there's other like Ruin Kitty memes from 2021 from June that make me think that that's probably when he's going to come back. But I have to look over the May 2021. Wait, were there any May 2021? Were there any May of 21 tweets? I don't think he did. I think he took a hiatus from April until June. Yeah. Yeah, and he came back on June 1st. Yeah, I think so. Shawshank Tunnel, huh? Climbing out of the shit. All right. But yeah, I'm guessing that on 6/1, he'll show us where he's at, and then sometime in like September or October, that's when I'm guessing he'll give his final YOLO update, because that'll coincide with the actual MOAS, Mambo number 5. And I would imagine that he'll give us some kind of like 13G or 13D filing for 24 million shares, which is about 5% ownership. That is my interpretation of this meme. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, I gotta... Yo, this was fucking sick. I forgot that I had made this prediction. So I'm going to be the first to predict this. I made this back on June 4th of last year. Time Magazine's 2024 Person of the Year will be the retail investor. And then literally Time U 69% right. I don't know. That's fucking cool though. Let's go into the cycles for just a little bit. Yeah, so the 147-day cycles that I've been talking about, those have just been hitting very, very consistently. And 147 days ends up equaling about 21 weeks, or actually it equals 21 weeks exactly. I saw a video of a guy who has very similar dates to what I have, but he had his thing as 20 weeks, and I've got it down to like the day for these 147 days, and so that is just what I've been working off of, and it's just weird to me how often it lands precisely like on the exact day, like this and this and then this with this Like it's day for day for the vast majority of these big movements. And this is from fall of 23 to May of 24. Yeah, this is where you see the stuff really starting to move and the action really starting to go. And then this is the summer after the initial squeeze, so from June until October. Because basically, I feel like the whole summer was just like the wind down phase for the big gulp, and then this was the latest phases from September of last year until April of this year. The one that didn't hit as much as I thought it would was the 415 one, because it was all right. I mean, it did peak on that day for that movement, but I wish it would have been more. And then these are the upcoming ones. And then this one's a 79-day / 69-day cycle that is also very important for some select dates, such as the MOAF date. That'll come into play in June. But yeah, those are the upcoming ones. And I don't really need to get into these. Yeah. Oh yeah, some guy had a 7-year, 4-year, and 1-year. I like this visual. Yeah, because it goes back. I mean, this goes back. His goes back to 2013, and yeah, this just once the algorithm starts to get into it, once BlackRock gets into the picture a lot bigger, that's when I think things start to get really, really dicey. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, with the whole like SPY being correlated with GME, I'm just finding it very weird that it's still doing that. Like I would have expected us to disconnect a lot more. So I'm just I'm at a point now where I have to kind of reevaluate whether negative beta is going to end up being like what actually happens. I imagine that it will be, but there's also a chance that the fallout from these obligations have already been, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Mitigated? Not in a way that'll completely fuck us, but in a way that will save the rest of the market and people's retirements and everything like that. I am sure that there was some type of back and forth that Ryan had to do with the people who were running the show, and I'm hopeful that he was able to more or less get us a good deal, but we'll see. Yeah, but going back to Jamie Dimon selling a lot of JPM, this was like this is near the top. This was like a couple weeks ago. Oh yeah, Warren Buffett. I don't know if you guys saw, but he's sitting. Well, Berkshire Hathaway is sitting on more cash, and then also yesterday Warren announced that he was, or was it yesterday or was it 2 days ago? I don't know. A couple days ago, Warren Buffett announced that he was stepping down as CEO from Berkshire Hathaway at the end of this year. So old guard is stepping down, and I think Ryan Cohen and a bunch of other people are going to very ravenously step in to fill that void. But a term that I want you guys to just look into on your own is stagflation. That's kind of what happened to that. I mean, that is what happened to the United States back in the 70s. And if you are not aware of this term, I think for everybody with a 401k or with any kind of retirement, you should look into this concept, because there's a chance that this is going to be more or less like a sideways movement for a very long time, at least in the general markets. So just be aware of that. I wanted to do a poll because I think it's funny. But I wanted to formally challenge Roaring Kitty, Ryan Cohen, and Larry Chang to a game of Super Smash Bros. 64. I haven't gotten around to doing that yet, but I just wanted to make a poll of who do you guys think would win? This is just 4 controllers. This is regular N64, just the regular way that it's been played. Yeah, just five stock, and then 5 games, and then we just play to see who wins. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I had to put my money on somebody, I personally think it would be Roaring Kitty. I don't know why, but I think he's really good at Smash. Something tells me he has that game locked down. But then my sleeper pick would be Larry. I don't know why. I feel like Larry is just, you never know. You never know with him. He's got so many tricks. He's so quiet. He's like, oh, Larry. uh, but Oh yeah. But so put down, put in the comments who you think would win and why. But then also, which character do you think they would pick? Yeah. I think that would be a fun game to play. Yeah. Another fun game to play is what if? So let's go into this a little bit. Oh, okay. Let's not overwhelm you with so much text. Yeah. So have you guys ever considered, what if I'm possibly one of the bad guys? What if I'm a very clever plant? What happens? And then what if I'm none of that? What if I'm simply an attention whore? Does that change your analysis? Does that change my analysis? Does that change what I'm saying at all? I don't know. That's up to you. But one of the things I always encourage people to do is just think critically. Change what I'm saying at all? I don't know. That's up to you. But one of the in every single situation, and not necessarily to distrust people, but just to remain on guard and aware of where you're getting your information from. Because not only do people change over time, but also they can be corrupted for whatever reason. So just pay attention. Look for the vibes. Really pay attention to how somebody makes you feel, and go from there. I know for me, I went through a phase the last couple of weeks where I was just very angry at a lot of people who were just trolling me and shit like that. So I lashed out a lot, and I'm back at a point now where I'm like, it's not worth my time. But every once in a while, it's good to feel the catharsis of telling someone they're being a bitch. So every once in a while, you gotta just bring out the guns. But I brought out the guns, and I'm good now. So I don't know. But just keep that in mind. Some people are doing this for attention only. I could be one of them. I don't know. But then also, what if we hatched this plan in a different lifetime and we had to make sure that none of us met in this lifetime so that it would work? It could be. This is a really great one. Don't you see? Surely you understand he can't say it explicitly because that would be manipulation. But what if the same conclusion can be reached through memes, through implication? Not everyone will draw the same conclusions, but some of us will draw the perfect one. It's not alien signs. We know where it's coming from. Is it really that far-fetched to believe that a gamer is giving us the greatest scavenger hunt of all time? The G-Show. What if I told you I'm doing this for the lulz? I mean, there's a... Are we good? Is it still glitching / lagging? Damn. So it's been lagging out for like what, 5 minutes? No lag. Okay, okay, we're good. We're good. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, 1984 and Brave New World. Basically, between the two of them, we're like the actual reality of what we're in is a mixture of them. Because basically, they're the powers that be. They're trying to stifle good information, but then they are also allowing the proliferation of bad information or like toxic or mindless information. Like I don't. Personally, I do not give a fuck about the celebrities and what they're doing and what they believe about a lot of stuff. I think that they are the working for the same masters that the politicians are working for, in my opinion. Um, okay, thanks, guys. Thank you for the updates on the lag. Um, cool, cool. Yeah, we're almost done anyway, so there's not too much. If it lags out, then that's the end of it. Because I'm pretty much done anyway. But basically, they're trying to just inundate us with shit information, and then they're trying to keep the good information. And so it's up to us as the individual to really, really work on our critical thinking and our discernment skills, and just think about the possibility that they're wrong, and then really, really look at that and then try to go from there. Because I know that I had a big like awakening moment last summer where everything just opened up and I was like, oh shit. I have to like more or less start over in my understanding of the world and of the universe. And so until I think we have that moment where we just leave everything else behind, I think that there needs to be like that moment for us to have a rebirth into an actual like critical like thinking phase where we're actually thinking about stuff. Um, yeah, I know the Wi-Fi here is fucking shit, dude. It's it's whatever. Um, but yeah, that was basically it. Uh, yeah, I don't think I had anything else. Yeah, so that was about an hour and a half. Thank you everybody for joining in. Actually, oh yeah, Q&A. If you guys have any questions, put it out right now. Also, if anybody's smoking weed, yeah, take a rip from me. Oh, I might actually, yeah, let's partake. Does anybody have any questions or anything like that? Put it out right now. Also, I guess not. Okay. Well, um, yeah, it's recorded. It should be on YouTube, uh, and X. Yeah, that was pretty much it. When mood? Hopefully this week. But if not this week, then the next week. But if it doesn't happen the next week, like the week of 5/12, I'm gonna be sweat my fucking ass. Marcos, you'll have to go back because and I went into it in depth somewhere in this. Oh, actually, I could just go to it here, right here. This is what I think the price action will be. And if you want it more in depth, you can go like back in the stream to find it where I talk about it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, my internet cut out for a hot second, so oh well. But that's the end of it. Yeah. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Oh, wait, let me bring back me. Thank you for tuning in everybody. I hope it's been a good Sunday. Uh, the wasabi. Okay, yeah, I've seen him. Yeah. Was the yeah, okay. Whatchamacallit, where in the cycles one? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I'll put that on there. Yeah, I was talking to him this morning. We were talking about the moon. But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. Uh let's get these fucking tendies. We have a lot of stuff coming up this week. Um but again, going back to just the way that the chart is gonna look. Oh fuck. Yeah, it looks like we're just doing a whoop and then so hey, if that ends up being the case, that's fucking awesome. Let's fucking get these tendies. And if not, then and we go down, then well shit. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't want to ramble on too much. So thank you again for joining me. And I don't know when the next stream will be, but